Julie Ryan, noted psychic and medical intuitive, is ready to answer your personal questions, even those you never knew you could ask. For more than 20 years, as she's developed and refined her intuitive skills, Julie used her knowledge as a successful inventor and businesswoman to help others. Now, she wants to help you grow, heal, and get the answers you've been longing to hear. Do you have a question for someone who's transitioned? Do you have a medical issue? What about your pet's health or behavior? Perhaps you have a loved one who's close to death and you'd like to know what's happening. Are you on the path to fulfill your life's purpose? No matter where you are in the world, take a journey to the other side and ask Julie Ryan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm delighted you could join us for this last show of 2018. My goodness, this has gone fast, hasn't it? It seems to have sped up for me during Christmas just because it's been so busy, but it's been fun. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all around the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. I hope you've had a wonderful holiday season. It's still going on. We're kind of in the middle of it. And we have, certainly, our son Jonathan has been in town for a few days, and that's been fun. And he took me to see Mary Poppins this afternoon. That was one of my Christmas presents from him. Oh, my God, you guys. It is so, so, so fabulous. Go see it. I cried. I laughed. I had goosebumps throughout a lot of it. It's one of those movies that I will see multiple times in the theater before I, get the DVD on it. But, oh, my goodness, it is so terrific. And I thought it was really cute that Jonathan gave me that for Christmas. He's 26, so, he's smart. He gave it to me for Christmas because he knows the regular old Mary Poppins from the 60s is my favorite movie. They make fun of me about that, but it really is. And if you think about all the lessons, especially in this new one, like the old one too, but you'll see all the lessons in it are they're just terrific. They gave me goosebumps, a lot of them. So welcome, Diane. Hi, I muted you, and I will come back to you and get your question. So we have a bunch of callers tonight. Thank you to everybody that took the time to call in on this holiday week. I'm really touched by that. And so let's go ahead and go to the phones and get this show on the road and see what the questions are and see who we have with us this evening. I believe our first caller is Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hi.
How are you, girl?
Oh, I've had better years.
Oh, please tell everybody where you're calling in from.
I'm from Indiana.
Indiana. All right. Well, happy almost 2019. I hope you had a fun Christmas.
It was uneventful.
Oh, good. Sometimes that's really good.
Yeah. As you know, I've been emailing you about my sister who's in the process of passing away from breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And you, in your last email, you asked me to call in, so that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Did you have a question about your sister?
Well, she's just so ill, and she's not eating, she's not drinking, and she won't take her pain medication. We don't know what to do about it.
Yeah. What's her name, Laura?
Marianne.
Marianne. Okay. All right. So, do you have some questions for her?
Is there anything we need to do? Is there something she's waiting on?
Okay. Is she able to communicate with you?
Not so much anymore. She's kind of not very awake much of the time anymore.
Okay. She's sleeping most of the time?
Yes.
Okay. Elena, hi. I see you joined us. I'm just going to mute you, and then I'll come back to you for your question. Okay. Well, let me connect to you, Laura, and then I will connect from you to Marianne, and let's see what phase of transition she's in, and then we can ask her some questions and see what she has to say. So, for those of you that are first-time listeners, how I do this is I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit, because we're all bodies with spirits attached to them, and we vibrate more slowly when our spirit is attached to our bodies, just because the body has mass. And so by raising my vibrational level, I'm able to connect with a person's spirit who's alive, a person's spirit who's dead, a person's spirit anywhere in the world of a live person, and somebody who's dying, same thing. So when I talk about the 12 phases of transition, that's what I see from a spiritual perspective, Laura, as somebody is dying. And for those of you that haven't seen it yet, go to my website, AskJulieRyan.com, and click on the 12 Phases of Transition tab. And there what you'll see is graphics of the different phases of how we're surrounded by angels and our loved ones as we're dying. So, all right, so here we go. Here comes my laser beam from me here in Birmingham, Alabama. It's coming up to you in Indiana. And got you. Okay, got your sister. Okay, so she's in phase 9 of 12.
Okay.
Which, what that looks like for people until you can get to my site and look at the graphics, what that looks like is the spirit exits the body through the top of the head. And it hangs on, it looks like a bubble. And it reminds me of a cartoon caption bubble. That's what the character in the cartoon's thoughts are, Laura, or what they're saying in the cartoon. And she has angels, big guardian angels on either side of her spirit bubble is what I call it. She has angels at her feet. Are your parents deceased?
They are.
Okay, your parents' spirits are at her feet. And then there are rows of other family and friends, and there's even pet spirits that are there. And I call this the Welcome to Heaven Committee. So it's glorious what I see. On the human side, it's tough watching somebody you love die, obviously. But if you can remember that she's surrounded by angels and deceased loved ones, that usually helps soften it a little bit for you. But, okay, questions for her. Is there anything that Laura and the rest of your family can do for you? She's saying, just be here. Is there anybody that you need to see? Okay, she's saying my mother. Can you see your mom's spirit? She's saying sometimes. So as somebody's dying, Laura, they kind of have one foot in this reality and one foot in the next, which is why a lot of times we'll hear our loved ones say they're seeing deceased loved ones or even sometimes religious figures. And a lot of times the family thinks they're hallucinating, and they're not. They're actually seeing the spirits of these people that they're talking about. So the 3 questions I always ask are you ready to go? So, Marianne, are you ready to go? Yes. Are you in pain? Yes. What do you need? My family. So that's pretty typical, what people say at the end. They just want their loved ones around them who
Does
are,
she have any idea how long she's going to be here?
When will you be ready to go? She's saying within a week.
Wow.
Now, here's the deal. Things that are future events are fluid. They can change. Okay, they can change in a half an hour, in a minute, in a week, in a month, whatever. So the other thing is spirit time and our linear human time are not necessarily one and the same. So I know you've probably been waiting a long time as she's been going through this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exhausting. I know, I've been there. So just be around her as much as you can. And have you read my book yet, Laura?
I was listening to the audio.
Okay, perfect. Because that hopefully will give you some information. It will help comfort you. My book's The Angelic Attendants, everybody, and it just talks about what happens as we're transitioning. And it's really heartwarming, wouldn't you say, Laura? The stories in it. I don't know how far you've gotten in it yet.
Yeah,
but
it's been really great so
comforting
far.
and heartwarming. Yeah. So thank you for calling in. Good luck with all of that, and keep us posted on how she's doing.
Okay. Thank you for taking my call.
You bet. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, let's see. I believe our next caller is Belinda Hi, Belinda.
Oh, hi there.
Hi. Where are you calling us from?
We're from Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo. Okay, terrific. Well, I hope you had a good holiday.
We had
hope
a
you're
great
having a good holiday.
Yes, it's been a great holiday.
Wonderful. You got a question for me?
You know, I do have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
You helped us out with Chris with his hip and his infection, and the last couple of days he's been in more pain, and just wondering because he's been off of his antibiotics for about 3 weeks, and sort of wondering if you see anything happening there, if there's anything else we should be doing.
Okay. All right. Please give everybody a quick overview of what's been going on with Chris and who Chris is.
Okay, Chris is my husband, and he had a hip replacement, and he within 2 weeks had an infection, and so he had a second hip replacement within 15 days, and the infection was going, the drainage wouldn't stop, and we called you, and you definitely helped him pull this infection out of his body. And it's just funny because, we were talking about doing this, but with the last 2 days, we're not sure if it's just the holidays, and maybe he was on his feet too much, but he's been off of the antibiotics for about 2 weeks, and they're saying, it's going to be 3 to 4 weeks if this infection is going to rear its ugly head again.
Okay. All right. Well, let me get him on my radar. I'm going to connect to you and then through you to him. And let me just see what's going on.
Here. Yeah, I'm right here, so.
Oh, hi, Chris.
How are you?
Here. I'm great. Great to hear your voice. Okay. So I'll just connect right into you, my man. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So was it your left hip that you had done?
Yep, left hip.
Okay, because that's what's coming up. It's inflamed. All right, let me get the inflammation down. Inflammation, everybody, just looks to me like red fog over body parts. So, Chris, I'm going to apply anti-inflammatory energy on that so that I can see underneath the fog, kind of like when you're driving on a foggy night. You can't see very far in the distance. I got to get the fog removed with that inflammation and see what's going on. Yeah, you got a little something brewing again. All right, I'm just going to blast the daylights out of it with antibiotic energy. I think so you're not on antibiotics now, right?
No, I'm off of them for 3 weeks now.
Okay, all right. And your doctor's monitoring you closely, and they're saying to give it 6 weeks. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, I'm going to see him in about another month, actually.
Okay. All right. I don't know that I don't think you need to mess with this. I would give him a call and let him know what's going on. And in the meantime, I've got you loaded up with antibiotic energy, which everybody just looks like it's fuchsia colored. It has it's like hot pink with a lot of purple in it. To do that, lots of vitamin C and zinc. Are you taking that 3 times a day, Chris?
No, you recommended that, and we are doing that for sure.
Great. I would keep that up. If this doesn't get better within a couple of days, I'd be back in to see the doctor, and just don't mess with this.
Yeah.
It looks like it's infected again.
I say it just kind of acted up these last couple of days where I've noticed it's a lot more painful. So we were just kind of curious,
What I did was I blasted it really good with antibiotic energy. That's going to linger. But the other thing I did was I flushed out the infection. And where it's causing problems, and I've seen this before, is in the titanium, in the joint itself, has these little microscopic little divots in it. And that's where that stuff is hiding out.
Yeah, it embeds in there, and then they can't flush it out. I know it.
It does, and that's what's going on. So I flushed it energetically, but I would, stay in touch on that and keep that C and zinc going.
Will do.
Okay. All right. Good luck. Keep us posted. Let us know how you're doing.
Yes, will do. Thank you very much.
Okay. Happy New Year.
Likewise.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Belinda.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye. Okay. Our next caller, Cynthia. Hi, Cynthia.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Real good, Julie. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks. Please tell everybody where you're calling in from.
From Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo. All right. Well, good.
Yes, you were just talking to my sister.
Yes. Oh, that's right. I was. You had told me that when we were getting everybody lined up.
That is correct.
Well, good. Well, do you have a question for me?
Well, I do. I don't know how much time I have, but I have one quick question for myself and then one for my husband who is here with me. For myself, Julie, probably about maybe 6 years ago, I pulled my groin muscle overworking when I got home from work one day and went around the house with the rake and worked like a lunatic for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And the minute I got in, I thought, I knew something was wrong. And, it's been aching me ever since. I've been to a few medical professionals, like they x-rayed the hip, all was well, and I went to the gynecologist, all was well in that regard, and it's just, I really do feel it's just this pulled groin muscle, and I would love for you to get in there and just do something for me with that.
And this was 6 years ago?
Yeah. It was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm 58 right now, and, I'm good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. As I get to Thursday, it aches me, and Friday, it aches me. And, for 58, I feel I'm too young to be, really aching like this.
Right.
I'm not one for the medical profession. I hate being poked and prodded around, and it's like my husband says, well, go get to the doctor. I'm like, well, what are they going to do for me? I'm not going under the knife. So I kind of just alter the way I walk and alter the things I do. I don't lift anything heavy anymore, but like I said, at 58, I feel I'm too young to be limping around.
Yeah. And it's not like you can blame it on a professional football career.
Correct. But I do have 4 children, so I just might have some weak ligaments down there.
You hear about these groin pulls, and these professional athletes, and every guy in the room is just going, oh. So you can relate to all of that, right?
Right.
They're kind of cringing, kind of like how how moms do when one of our babies gets hurt, right? I get pain in my groin, and it's just so weird. I remember my mother telling me that she got that. I thought, that is so bizarre. Some kind of universal mojo thing. I don't know. So, all right. Well, let me get you on my radar, Cynthia, and let me see what's going on. So here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, girl. Heading up to you in Buffalo. Do you have snow? There's a big storm coming across the country. Are you getting snow?
Yeah, we had a white Christmas, but it's going to be. I think we're gonna bypass it here. I think we're out of the woods. We did have some snow for Christmas, so.
Okay. All right. So I'm looking at you from behind, and where I see the issue is above your that muscle that goes up from your crotch, for lack of a better word.
Correct.
So,
yes, understandable.
So it's not on the sides. It's not like going down into your thighs. It's up. That's what's inflamed. So let me see what's going on with that. Have you been to a chiropractor, Cynthia?
Back in the day when I had my first child 28 years ago, I was with the chiropractor, and I've been, off and on. The last time I was there, it might have been for this issue, but sometimes I feel I walk out worse than I walked in, so I'm kind of on the fence with that.
Find one that people who they really like, the chiropractor. Your pelvis is twisted. That's why this still hurts, because it's pulling the muscles. So you're a twisted sister. I hate to break it to you, but you're a twisted sister.
Yes. So, well, in more ways than one.
It will be very easy to fix. Talk to your friends and family. Find a chiropractor that everybody likes, that they've gone to for a long period of time. It will be a quick adjustment. May take a couple. Beautiful. But your muscles are just trying to go back to normal, and your pelvis is twisted. So
okay, beautiful.
Easy peasy. Yeah.
That's an easy fix, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Julie, I know you're on a limited time, I'm sure, but could I ask one question about my husband, Donald,
sure.
sitting right next to me?
Sure.
You know, Donald isn't going to talk because he had a massive stroke a while ago, and he's got the condition that makes him cry very easily. So he's just going to be listening off to the side here. Okay. But he really feels very strongly that at one point he was lived another life. So what do you think about that? His name is Donald.
We all do. Absolutely. And many lives. Actually, he's lived 712 lives. So that's what I'm getting at this moment in time. And what I'd like to do is put you on hold because I have a bunch of other callers. Let me get to them. If I have time left, I will come back. If not, schedule a private session and we can go through that. It's really fun to explore that and see how things relate. And just go to AskJulieRyan.com. And you can click on the schedule an appointment, and then we'll have a whole hour to do that.
Okay, beautiful.
And it's a blast. Yeah, it's really
beautiful.
Fun. So
okay,
just pick
Julie,
a
and I'm going to hit that chiropractor real soon.
Yes, do. And happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. Thanks for your help.
Okay. I'll put you back on mute. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, let's see who we have next. I believe it's Miss Sally. Hi, Sally. Hello?
Hang on. Hello, hold on. Is this better?
Are you having technical difficulties, girl?
Yeah, I couldn't get the speaker off. I hate phones sometimes.
Well, good. Hi. Happy holidays.
Hi. Same to you.
Thank you. Where are you calling us from?
South Carolina.
South Carolina, sugar. Well, good. What's happening down there?
I'm resting.
Good. Well, good.
Long holiday season.
Yeah, I know.
But I had a funny question. And by the way, my shoulder is slowly getting better. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you for your help. But
tell everybody just a brief description of what happened with your shoulder.
Yeah, I fell, and they told me it was a sprained shoulder, but Julie saw me face to face and said it was probably a tear in my rotator cuff, which it is. So it's getting a lot better. It's going to be a slow process, but
we met at a
Christmas
fair. We met at a Christmas. What do you call that?
A Christmas show. Yeah.
Show. Yeah, where there were lots of vendors with Christmas stuff. So, okay, so what's your question this evening?
Okay, I was adopted. I was about 6 months old when I was adopted. And after my dad died, through a series of a lot of crazy instances, I found out that I was, in fact, a part of my father's family somehow. And through some DNA testing, not with his stuff, but with a cousin I had never met, by process of elimination, my birth father is either my father or his first cousin, Kenneth. And it's funny, as my dad was dying, his cousin came to see him, and my dad and I were real close, but they went behind closed doors. That has never happened in my lifetime, ever. And so I don't know who is who, but I'd love to know which one was my dad.
I get it. His cousin is your birth father.
And that's what I believe. And I believe that they decided to not tell me. I think he promised Dad he wouldn't.
Yeah. So are you in touch with him now? Is he still alive?
No, he died 3 years ago. Caused a ruckus in his family. Now, I didn't talk to his wife or kids about it. Wasn't their business.
Yeah.
But he knew the whole process I was going through to try to figure it out. He knew I was going through the process. So when I suggested to him that he might be, I said it looks like you are my birth father. He said, well, how could that have happened? I just laughed. I said, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Right.
But a lot's happened since then, and it's unfortunate, but families don't like surprises. Least of all, well, I like surprises sometimes.
Let me tell you something here real quickly, and I really want you to hear this.
Okay.
Before we're born, our spirits choose our parents. If someone is adopted, we choose our birth parents. We choose our adopted parents. We choose where we're born, when we're born, all the basic elements that go into our birth. And we do that so that our lives can be kind of jump-started on a trajectory so that we can explore the things our spirit wants to explore this go-round. So, Donald, if you're still listening, we do this in every lifetime. Our previous caller, Cynthia, right. Her husband, Donald. So when I see a baby's spirit attached to the mom's energy field, it looks like an orb that you see in a picture, in a photograph. Mm-hmm. And I see it with adopted moms as much as with birth moms. And the first time I saw it, Sally, I was scanning a woman, and I said to her, are you pregnant with twins? Do you have twins? Are you having twins? What's up? And she burst into tears. And I thought, oh, my God, I've offended this woman. And she said, we're getting on a plane in 3 days to go to Guatemala because our twins that we're adopting are going to be born, and we're going to be there for the birth.
Oh, wow.
And that was probably 20 years ago, the first time I saw that. And I thought, holy moly, this is so cool that we choose our adoptive parents. And the other thing I want you to know too, Sally, is when somebody's dying, and when you read my book, Angelic Attendants, you'll see that when somebody's dying, it's the mother who runs the show, the deceased maternal spirit who runs the show from the spirit world. And with kids that are adopted, it's the adopted mother running the show. The birth mother's there, but it's the adopted mother. It's the mother that raises you. So keep that in mind as you're exploring all of this. You chose this scenario. You chose your adopted parents. You chose your birth parents. Okay? So just keep that in mind.
Hopefully this next go-round I'll do a better... Well, anyway.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for calling. I hope you have a wonderful new year and keep going on that shoulder healing. Okay. Thanks, Sally.
Thanks, Julie.
You bet. Take care. Bye-bye. All righty. Let's see who's next. I believe it's Val. Hi, Val.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you? Happy holidays.
Pretty good. Same to you.
Thank you. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Denver area, Colorado.
Okay. Terrific. I have a sister-in-law in Aurora, right outside of Denver. Yeah.
I'm on the west side, so.
Okay, great. Anyway, you got a question for me?
I do. It's kind of unusual. I've been listening to you for a while, and I've never heard anybody ask this one, but I've been doing a lot of genealogy research. And my cousin has this old vintage photograph of a couple, and it's not, nobody knows who it is. And he found it in his mom and dad's stuff. So he's on my mom and his mom were sisters. Anyway, I was just wondering if there's any way that if you could get any information or
sure,
even if it was just a maternal grandparents or...
Sure. What I'm going to do, Val, is I'm going to connect to you. I want you to think of the picture, and then I
have it right in front of me, so I'm looking
right at it. Okay, so describe it to me and to everybody that's listening so we can be on the same page. So I'm connecting to you in the meantime. So describe it to everybody, please.
Well, it's a man and a woman. I would say it's probably somewhere in the late 1800s,
early 1900s. That's what I've got.
Yeah.
She's got a high neck collar on her dress. It's kind of it's black and white, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I can see that.
And he's got like a big mustache and kind of looks like, I don't know, Bat Masterson or something. I don't even know what he looks like, but that's what kind of that big mustache and
they're kind of they're not necessarily smiling, but they're kind of stern. They have kind of a stern look on their face.
Yes, exactly.
And it's not that they were mean or stern people. It's just that's how people posed for pictures back then. I mean, they all look like
serious.
They all look like they're in a bad mood. So, seriously, doesn't it? I mean,
yes.
Just look at that. You think, God, were you having a bad day or what's up? So I get that it's your great grandparents. It's a picture of your great grandparents.
Would that be on my?
So give me some family names. Give me family names.
Well, who I think it might be is James Herbert and Mary Ann Davis.
Just give me like the last name of family names.
Okay, Davis, Mangum. Let's see, Filburn.
No, I'm not getting a yes on any of those. These are grandparents or great-grandparents?
Great-grandparents.
Okay.
Tompkins.
That's who it is.
Tompkins. Okay.
Tompkins.
That would be the lady.
Yeah.
And the man would be Davis.
Yeah. Tompkins is the name that I got a positive on.
Okay.
We could have fun with that, girl. I do that all the time with genealogy. I have a friend who's a genealogist, and if she's stuck on a project, she'll call me and she'll say, okay, here's the deal. I'll say, okay, this is what I'm getting. And then it'll lead her down a path, and then she'll be able to get corroborating evidence. Corroborating facts. So, well, terrific.
Wonderful.
Well, fun question. Yeah, thanks for calling in. And happy
Thank
New
you
Year.
very much.
You bet. Okay. Take care.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye. Bye.
Okay. I believe our next caller is Diane. Hi, Diane.
Hi. How are you, Julie?
I'm well. How are you, girl?
I'm good. I have two questions tonight. One of them is about my aunt that we had a appointment about. Previously, you told me she was at stage 7. She's really decreased in a lot of areas since we talked. And I think it was like June. Lorraine.
Okay.
I don't know. I did read your book, and I don't know if it's that she's mad at her mother that she's not going or what. But she's got 15 other brothers and sisters waiting too.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Well, okay. So I'll check on her. So you just want me to see where she is in the
yes,
exiting stage right, huh? Okay. So please tell everybody where you're calling from, Diane.
I'm calling from Jackson, Michigan.
Okay. All right. So connecting to you. Got you. Okay. So she's in phase 10. She really hasn't progressed that much. If it's been since June was the last time we looked at it. So phase 10 is what we talked about with Laura, our first caller. She's just one phase more. And the difference between phase 9 and phase 10, Diane, is that a vortex has started to form above her head. And what it does is it has an upward pull. It's kind of like when you go through the car wash and you stay in the car, and at the end they turn that dryer on and it sucks all the water off your car. That's what this feels like to me. And so that's going to help her spirit separate from her body. So she's in phase 10. That has formed above her head. More spirits are there to welcome her. She's got angels, her parents, probably lots of family and friends if she came from a family that big. So let's ask her the 3 questions. So Aunt Lorraine, are you ready to go? Yes. Are you in pain? No. What do you need? My family. That's pretty typical. Yeah, pretty typical. Yeah. What I'll do for you, and I think Laura may still be listening too. Maybe she's hung up. But what I'll do this evening when I go to bed, Diane, is I will do the Walk to Heaven exercise with her, with Aunt Lorraine.
Okay.
And what that is, you may remember from the book, but everybody that's listening doesn't have any idea what I'm talking about. What I do is my spirit will accompany their spirit kind of on a practice run to heaven, so they know what's going to happen. And then they know once we get on the other side, all their family and friends are going to be waiting for them, and that angels will lead them to heaven. And I find that people that are taking a really long time to die, Diane, when I do that exercise with them, sometimes multiple times, it really helps them. It helps take the fear out of it.
Okay.
And so I'll be delighted to do that for your Aunt Lorraine.
Okay, thank you.
And see if that helps. You bet. You bet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for calling in, and keep us posted on how she's doing and how you're doing.
Oh, I will. Do I have time for just one more quick question?
Sure. Absolutely.
My daughter is having twin boys.
Oh.
And I just want to know if one of them is my departed husband's spirit coming back.
No. Not.
No? Okay. Thank you.
No,
that was quick.
But he will be there. He's around you all the time. He will be there. He will be around the babies. He'll be around your daughter. He's there. But no, it's not.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You bet. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. We do this show every Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 712-770-4160, and the access code is 533677#. You can find this information anywhere you download podcasts. I think we're on about 40 networks, and iTunes, Stitcher, iHeart, Google Play, Blueberry, bunches of them. And you'll see it in the show notes. It's also on my website, AskJulieRyan.com, on the homepage, and you'll see that. And then I post it on social media. So follow me at Ask Julie Ryan on Instagram and Ask Julie Ryan on Facebook. And I post something every Thursday just as a reminder to let you know. I also share this information in a blog that I send out every week, usually on Wednesday nights or Thursday mornings, and it has this call-in information in it as well. So when you're on my site, sign up for a private session. It's a blast. We can talk about whatever you want. Most sessions, most appointments, we'll talk about medical stuff, deceased loved ones, communication. We'll talk with them. We'll sometimes scan pets, do past life stuff, do spirit guide stuff. I can tell how close to dying somebody is. You can learn more about that in my book, Ask Julie, or Angelic Attendants, and you can get that on any of your online retailers. It's in most libraries now too. So if you want to get it at the library, you can get it there too. So schedule an appointment, and then we can have an hour, and it's really fun. I enjoy that a lot, and most people do too. So here's our question submitted this week, and it's Ivy from Birmingham, England. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. She's in Birmingham, England. How about that? Kind of like sister cities. And she said, "Hi, Julie. If possible, I'd really love a message from my Auntie Joanne or my maternal grandmother, both of whom passed years ago. They've been on my mind nonstop, and I'm wondering if there's something extremely important I'm missing. Thank you so much in advance, Ivy." And here's my response. Hi, Ivy. As 2018 comes to an end and we start to focus on a new year, it's a great time to chat with our deceased loved ones and get some advice on how to improve our lives. In your case, and in order to get some information for you, I energetically connected to you in the UK and then with your Auntie Joanne and your grandmother. Your aunt was standing to your right and your grandmother was next to her. That's pretty common. It has been my experience that our deceased loved ones are often around us and know when we want to communicate with them. In this situation, when I connect with the living person, the spirits are usually standing there ready to converse with us. That happens pretty much every time, you guys. You know, somebody will say to me, "I want to talk to my deceased whomever," and that person's already standing next to them by the time I get them on my radar. Your aunt said there wasn't any reason for you to be distraught. And she used that exact word, distraught. She said everything was unfolding perfectly for you and that it was important for you to remember this point. She went on to suggest thinking of things that make you smile, especially when you get scared. She said if you can force yourself to smile even when you're down, it'll make you feel better and think more clearly. I agree with her. This technique works like a charm. I use it all the time, and you guys can too. It's as easy as thinking of something that makes you smile, and then you think of something else that makes you smile, and then before you know it, you're not down anymore. You're not depressed anymore. It's really as simple as that, too. As for your granny, she said you are a perfect angel. Again, your grandmother's exact words. She said you are kind to everyone and are always helping people. She also said you're very hard on yourself, and she wants you to apply the same kindness you show to others on yourself. They both said they're often around you. They said every time you think of one or both of them, they take that as a beckon and are immediately with you. They also said they're around you even when you don't realize it. Seems to me their messages are congruent. Be happy, be kind to yourself, and know everything is perfect, even when it doesn't feel like it. Hope this information helps, and hope your 2019 is the best year yet. So Miss Ivy from Birmingham, England, thank you so much for submitting this, and I hope that warms your heart. Those messages from your aunt and your grandmother. All righty, let's go back to the phones and see who else we have. I believe our next caller is Susie. Hi, Suze.
Hi, Julie. Thanks so much for taking my call, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. I'm so amazed by you that you were able to see that picture so well. That's just amazing, just jaw-dropping. So I'm calling, I have been doing so much better with my ankle, with the tear in the tendon, and I had canceled the surgery that was supposed to be December 13th, and then I was hardly having any pain at all, and then at physical therapy a week ago, Tuesday, a person had me put my foot into this kind of blue plastic thing. I can't remember what they're called, but it bends the foot a lot. It bends the ankle tendon, and it started hurting really bad, and then the next day I could hardly walk, and I was using my scooter again and everything. So I'm just wondering if you see that because I have surgery again scheduled for the 9th, but I'd love to cancel it. It was doing so much better, so I'm just wondering if you can send some healing energy to that right ankle tendon and tell me if you think I need to do surgery on the 9th or if I can cancel it again and hopefully get better like I had been.
Well, Sue, tell everybody where you're calling from, please.
Oh, sorry. Thanks, San Francisco Bay Area.
Okay. All right. So I got you on my radar. It's really swollen. It's puffed out, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It looks inflamed. Okay, so I'm getting that inflammation calmed down.
Thank you.
I think it's just tweaked. You have to do what you and your doctors believe is best for your ankle. My feeling is if you got it to heal before and it was doing a lot better, who's to say it won't do it again?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to meet with the doctor Monday and just talk to him at Stanford. But I'm hoping, so you don't see it as torn more. You just see it as inflamed. Is that right?
Yeah, I think you have some little tears in it. I mean, I think the fact that it was healing on its own is very indicative of what your body has the potential to do in healing. Will the surgery make it heal faster? Probably. See what your doctor says. You have to explore all those options and see what feels the best in your gut, and then make a decision from there. But you've basically sprained it. It's a little bit. And so I've got some energy going on it to help it heal faster.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It feels better after you do that. Thank you so much.
So welcome. Okay, girl.
Okay, Happy New Year to you.
Focused. Thank you.
Okay,
you
thanks
too.
a lot. Okay, thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Okay, I believe our next caller is Natalia. Hi, Natalia.
Oh, hey, Julie. How are you?
I'm well. Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year to you, too. Thank you.
Did you have a good holiday?
Yes, thank you.
Good. Last time we talked to you before Christmas, you said you were going to have panettone and Prosecco.
Yes,
did you have both of them?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Good. Well, good. Terrific. Because Natalie is from Italy, you guys, if you can't tell by listening to her. But tell everybody where you live now, please.
Oh, I live in Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Hilton Head. Okay, you got a question for me?
I have a quick question. Julie, I wonder if you could check with your radar, if you could check how Gloria's doing, because she hasn't been too good lately since last session and stuff. And I was just wondering if you could see anything.
Yeah, sure. Please tell everybody what's going on with Gloria, and I'll get her on my radar in the meantime.
Yeah, Gloria's been having some issue with her condition, also colitis, and ankle and go swollen, but go better. But there are some other issues that haven't been. They're still in the healing process and are being a little concerned of ours lately. So
yeah. So what I did was she's very inflamed. I got the inflammation down. It's still diet related with her, Natalie, and I'm sure over the holidays, everybody eats stuff that we don't normally eat on our, anti-inflammatory, healthy diet. And in particular for her, it's grain related things. Mm-hmm. And so I think if she can go back to eating a clean diet, if God made it, eat it. If man made it, stay away from it. Or if man made it with ingredients that were made in a factory by man, have her stay away from it. I think she's going to feel a whole lot better pretty quickly.
Okay.
It's still diet related with her is what I'm getting.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you, Julie.
You are most welcome. Happy 2019.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And I believe our next caller is Miss Kathy. Hi, Kath.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm well. Happy holidays.
Thank you. You too.
Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I am calling from Dayton, Ohio.
All righty. Well, I hope you had a good holiday.
It's been a unique one. I'll never forget. That's for sure. I just moved.
Oh, wow. Okay.
and I can't say it's going smoothly at all. Right now, I'm without heat. Have been without heat since yesterday. So, and I'm feeding my cat.
Oh, boy.
Okay, be quiet, Katie. She's like talking my cat.
Katie the cat.
Okay. Katie the cat, yes. She always wants to be fed when I'm waiting to talk to you. Okay. So I just moved into a new apartment.
Wonderful.
And I had to make a decision with some guidance by the folks you connected me, told me about at Legal Shield, about, because technically, according to my landlord, I was breaking a lease. According to me and the person agreed from, I just said their name and I thought Legal Shield, that I'm on pretty strong footing to not do the second year of the lease, which is what's happening. I did a full year, and now the second year I'm not going to do. So she's kind of guiding me through that. And I guess my question, I'm just curious, because, she can't guarantee me what's going to happen, but she feels that I have a very strong case based on all the really bad things that happened while I was there, the multiple break-ins, things being stolen. There was a laundry list of things that were not working at that location. So I went ahead and I found a place that I thought was the perfect place, pretty much for Katie and me and Katie the cat. So I moved us. I literally moved us. I was so determined. It's I'll do 15 trips. I did have some help with the heaviest things, but I got everything moved over here now. So I'm just curious. I guess I'm having a little bit of not buyer's remorse, but this was supposed to be a non-smoking building, and it isn't. My landlord thinks it is. I've got news for him. Not. Which was one of the issues at the other place. So I'm just curious sort of what you see about this place and this apartment in general for us as being a good fit, not a good fit, anything that I'm not aware of, I'm concerned is there something else I'm not aware of here. To be honest, just to add it, I guess I'll just say it. I feel like there was a woman who lived here before me and that she died, and I think she's here, and I don't think she's causing any problems, but I just keep feeling a woman, unless it's one of my deceased relatives.
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, I get it's going to be a really good place for you and Katie the cat to be.
Oh, good.
I think you made a good decision on that, number one. Number two, I would just keep hammering your landlord about this is supposed to be a non-smoking building and it's not.
Exactly.
And you need to, I expect you to enforce this with the neighbors that are smoking because,
I would never have rented here because that was my one main priority.
And that's in your agreement that it's non-smoking?
No. But when we talked, he and I, every time we talked about it, he knew it from the moment he met me. This is what I'm looking for. And he's like, he said, this is a non-smoking building. And I said, it is. And he said, yes. And I said, well, that just moved you way up on the list because they're hard to find. And he said, I know, but I don't want smoking in my building.
Okay. So stay on him to stay on the tenants, about that, number one. As far as a spirit in your building or in your apartment, let me connect to you.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. There's 3 women in your apartment.
I knew it was at least one woman. There's 3 women.
Yeah.
Oh my
gosh.
There's 3.
There's 3. Yeah.
Really? Are they going to stay?
Yeah. All right.
But they're
dressed. They're dressed in turn of the 20th century
really?
Dress, Kath. So my guess is they probably lived in a home on the property that the building is built on. So do you want me to ask them to leave?
I mean, it would be nice, but if they need to get closure on something, that's okay. I guess.
No, ghosts just don't know they're dead.
That's right. I forget that.
Yeah, they just don't know they're dead. So I'm gonna just ask them to connect. What I'm doing is I'm connecting them with deceased loved ones. Okay, there was this brilliant wall of light that just opened up. There are deceased loved ones there that are beckoning them. They are walking into the light, and that will. And you know what? Who's to say? Maybe you were supposed to pick up on them so that we could help them go on to heaven and be with their deceased loved ones. How about that? All right. So let me know if they come back, because sometimes they do, but they are in, they're in heaven now. They're not ghosts anymore. So once we go to heaven, then we're spirits, right? Ghosts just kind of have unfinished business that they want to take care of.
Okay.
So I don't think they would have caused any problem, but
no,
you don't really need the distraction. You don't want it.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of a distraction for sure. So, well, thank you so much, Julie. I appreciate it.
You bet. And I would use that lawyer with that other landlord, that lawyer that you're working with, and I would use the lawyer if you need to on this building too to enforce the no smoking policy.
Well, she is. Well, it's not in my lease, I don't think, unfortunately. But
but you had a verbal on it.
Yes, we had a verbal a strong verbal. Yeah.
Okay.
So
my guess is your landlord's going to help you with that, though, Kath.
Oh yeah, he and I get along really, really well. His wife's wonderful. It's a wonderful place.
Terrific. I'm delighted for you.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you.
You are most welcome. Thanks for calling in. Happy New Year.
Thanks. You too, Julie. Bye.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
All right. Well, everybody, we are just about out of time. Thank you to everybody again who called in this evening. So fun to have you on the show. For those of you that are listening, please join us. Call in with your question. I think first of the year, as we're all deciding, we're all kind of doing our New Year's resolutions. I think it's fun to get advice from our spirit guides and from our deceased loved ones. Just to throw in the mix, because oftentimes they'll come up with suggestions that we haven't thought of, or our friends or family or whomever, our human friends and family haven't necessarily thought of either, even human advisors. So might as well get the heavenly realms involved too, is kind of my philosophy on that. Remember, this is the last show of 2018, so next show will be the first show in January, which means we'll have another free drawing for an hour session with me. And And so if money is tight after the holidays, which it is for most of us, then, register to win a free 1-hour session. And what you need to do for that is just follow me on Instagram at AskJulieRyan, submit a review on iTunes, go to itunes.com/podcast or itunes.com/AskJulieRyan. And then you'll come up and you can leave a review and sign up for my blog. Those are those 3 easy things. And then I'll be choosing a winner and I'll announce it on next Thursday's show. So that should be fun too. Everybody have fun for the new year. Be safe if you're going out whooping it up. Enjoy the football games. We've been watching a lot of football at our house with Ohio State and especially Alabama playing. So roll Tide and go Buckeyes. And blessings to all of you in 2019. Hope it's your best year ever. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being part of this community that we're forming, and look forward to talking with you next year. Take care, everybody. Bye now.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Twitter at AskJulieRyan and like her on Facebook at AskJulieRyan. For information on how you can ask Julie your question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.